Hey there. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas celebration, and just thinking about some of the traditions and carols, and one carol just throughout the whole season seemed to be one I whistled to the kids at bedtime or sang through the mall or whatever, and that was I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. It's the last day, Monday here, observing Christmas Day. I just wanted to call that to our attention going into the new year, thinking about I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. Their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And just thinking about those words and then the history behind that poem with Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Man, what a mighty, powerful story. Man had 5 kids, and early on in the marriage, after the kids were born, his wife was doing a project with some wax and burnt herself severely, and the wind came through and lit her on fire. And he went to put her out. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow went to put her out, try to smother her in a hug, but she was burned so severely he lost her early on in their marriage. After having 5 children. And then later on, his son, during this time in his life, was the Civil War, the terrible, terrible Civil War that went on in our history. And you think about, the hate that's out there nowadays, and just think about back then, brother against brother and relative against relative, state against state. It was terrible. And during the Civil War, his son was enlisted and was actually injured to the point where he couldn't walk. He was disabled completely. And just thinking about that, and he wrote these words, I heard the bells on Christmas Day. In fact, in his journal, he went quiet for several Christmases, and then all of a sudden, he picked up and he wrote this poem, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. But he goes on to say, and then in despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. But he didn't end the poem there. And I think about a lot of friends, a lot of relatives going through struggles right now. Maybe a death of a loved one, or maybe a sickness, or hospital visits, and just trials and tribulations in your life. And I think about that. But the last stanza to the poem is just so powerful, and I love it. It's personally one of my favorites. It goes, then tolled the bell. So he just finished the stanza, I bowed my head in despair, and then he finishes by saying, then tolled the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, of peace on earth, goodwill to men. As 2017 approaches, I just want to make this challenge. I'm challenging myself, and I'll make this challenge to you. Be the right in 2017. Have you set your goals for 2017? Commit and believe. See, here's the thing. If we truly have faith in God, faith breeds hope for the future, and hope and faith cultivate belief. My belief in God is so strong. If it is so strong, it will dictate my behavior. My behavior will be right based on my belief. So faith in Almighty God, a belief, number one, in yourself. Have a belief in yourself. God created you with value. He came down at Christmas time for you. So have a belief in you. Have a belief in others. Don't give up on others. Believe in others. Encourage others. You are a light. And what you do, no matter how small, it counts. So for 2017, be the right. Let's let the wrong shall fail, the right prevail. Let's be part of the right. And let's inspire and encourage others. And you, no matter how small, believe in yourself. And I'm with you for the journey. Look forward to sharing it with you. And have a powerful rest of the week. Set some goals, and we'll share together